All right, Commanders football here, so let's get right into it. Starting off right away, you literally can only see two buildings when you're looking outside the stadium. I mean, you can't see pretty much anything else at all. It is just two buildings, so this is going to be interesting to see how much this is textured outside the stadium. Because, again, you can't really see anything outside the stadium right now. Alright, so let's go small a little bit. Wait, can you just leave the stadium? Okay. We have not seen this yet. This just goes right out to the parking lot. Okay. Well, that's unexpected. I know they have the worst stadium in the world, but I still expect something from the Command. What are we expecting from the Commander Stadium, guys? They both just go out. Okay. I don't know what I'm expecting from the Commander Stadium, but wasn't that? It wasn't the fact of them just leaving. Alright, well, is there anything good about this stadium? Okay, so this is a little walkway area. It's very dark. Not well textured, I'll say that. I don't think there's anything like designed in this stadium. Like, I think EA really just said, you know what, the stadium is trash, we're not gonna even try. Like, I think that's the best way to put this. There isn't really any... Alright, so this is all the tickets. After you get through the tickets, yeah, there's nothing. There is nothing textured in this Commander Stadium. I mean, look at the Chiefs Stadium. We had pretty much every living detail was textured. I mean, no, there's nothing. There is absolutely nothing textured in that stadium. That's kind of crazy. But you know what is textured? The fact that they have these solar panel things in the parking lot. Okay, so that's a thing. And that solar panel thing right there is going right through a car's body. That's also a thing. Alright, so let's just keep going, guys. Because apparently, yeah, they don't want to texture anything outside inside the stadium. We have the party pavilion. We already know that's not going to be textured inside. We have another party pavilion. Okay. Now, again, don't get me wrong. This is considered one of the worst stadiums in the world. There was literally sewage water that was sprinkling down on, on actual fans. So that's a problem. But still, though, I would... Okay. Kind of glitched out here. I would still expect something, okay? Maybe I'm crazy. Alright, we're going to get away from the stadium because that apparently is the least interesting part. Wow, this, parking is interesting. So there's this huge parking lot here. Huge parking lot here, it looks like. The whole stadium circle is a parking lot. This is all a parking lot. I mean, low-key, you would think this team is like like the best team in the division or something. There's a lot of parking, man. They have the parking for fans, but wow. Okay. This is 3D rendered. Completely 3D rendered here. And it doesn't... We can't really see what the textures are. It's just like nothing texture-wise. Like, there's textures, but it's just not really anything, you know, that crazy great. Alright, let me go over... I think I'm going to go over to the left here. We got another parking lot. Alright, so that's for the original parking lot. This looks like it's just a slab of concrete. Wait. Okay, for a second I thought this was an airport. For a second I thought I actually was logical with my airport predictions, okay? For a second. More of these weird houses. We have more random textures on this building. I think what they do is, and this is a lot of times, is they'll create an asset, like let's say for example this building, right? And because it's not really going to ever be seen and it's just out here, they just use the asset on another stadium, so then they just kind of copy and paste. But sometimes they have extra textures they want to put places, so then they just shove them in these places because these buildings are never going to be touched or used at all. So that's kind of where I think we're looking at right now. Is that some of these textures are never going to be used, so they're like, oh, whatever, man, we'll just show them here, and they're not going to really be a big deal because no one ever is going to see this. And then you got that my gamer who decides that, hey, let's no clip out of the whole entire map, and let's see all the mistakes EA makes. We have a grass house. That's it. This is a row of houses right there that are weirdly textured. More rows of houses. Buildings inside houses. It's ironic that like this is considered the worst stadium in the in the NFL, and this is probably the worst like designed for EA Sports here. I mean, this is like, listen, again, I said this many times, not expecting too much from EA when it comes to outside the map. You know, they're not like obligated to give us outside of the map content. But like, I feel like out of all the options so far, this is definitely the worst. And it's like, yeah, it's the Commanders. That makes sense. More things going on here. We have 2 buildings over there. Oh, man, this is like nothing sauce. Like, I don't know. I think so far, I think I'm going to rate this at the end. Which stadium has the worst, like, textures outside the map? And I think it has to right now be the Commanders. This is going to be hard to beat, too, I feel like. Denver, you know, I think I'm going to exclude dome stadiums because dome stadiums, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't exclude dome stadiums, but I feel like dome stadiums, I don't know, though, because even dome stadiums like SoFi and the Colts, they've had, I feel like, more textures outside their map than this. There's more land on this one. I'll say that. There's more land being textured on this one than, like, for example, you know, the Broncos stadium, Mile High. Mile High was, like, nothing, even though it's not a dome. There was, like, it was all void. So, like, this whole neighborhood is actually somewhat textured. Why? A lot of farmland, though. Although this is, like, what? This is the DMV. This is, that's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So, DMV. I don't know what I just said. Alright, you know what? We'll go on to the next stadium. Because, this is, nothingness.